Hi everyone, welcome back to our Civics and Citizenship unit for Year 7 Humanities, and we're up to Lesson 4 now. So our learning intention for today is to understand Australian values. So again, we're continuing on with the content that we've been learning in Lesson 2 and 3, and now we're going to have a look at inclusion and responsibility on page 503. So let's jump over there now. So one of our last two values, or Australian values, we're looking at is inclusion. So let's have a look at that now. Everyone is different, but some people's differences are more noticeable or harder for others to understand. Unfortunately, it is easy to fear what we do not understand. Failing to overcome such fears can cause us to exclude people simply for being different, leaving them to feel isolated and ashamed of their uniqueness. It is important to celebrate our differences and include all kinds of people in our society, no matter what they look like or how differently they might choose to live. By including everyone, we are able to live in harmony together, rather than in conflict or in isolation. And then our next value is responsibility. Learning to be responsible means that we must take ownership of our decisions and ensure that others do not suffer as a result of our behaviour. This is what holds people accountable for their actions. In Australia, the legal system is one way in which people are made to act responsibly. If a person commits a crime, they are likely to be fined or imprisoned. But often, it is our own understanding of what is right and wrong that makes us act responsibly. For example, after eating our lunch, if we throw our rubbish on the floor for someone else to pick up, we would feel guilty, so we place it in the bin. This is an example of being responsible, as we are considering the effects that our decisions have on others, as well as ourselves. And then source 5 we have down here. The failure of people to take responsibility for their effect on the environment is causing a great many problems for the planet and its people. So we can see by not having responsibility for waste or our actions to do with using things such as single-use plastics, we can see that we've had an effect on the world and its environment. So we have a responsibility to look after that as the place in which we live. Alrighty, now that we've read that page, we're going to answer these questions on a Word document. So we're finally just wrapping up that idea of Australian values. So on a Word document, you're going to answer question 1. What do we celebrate if we are an inclusive society? So as a hint, try to find the word celebrate on page 503 under the heading inclusive in your textbook. Question 2. Make a list of some of the differences you may notice in society. What's different about the people that we have in society? Question 3. What can be achieved by including everyone, being an inclusive society? Question 4. What can we avoid by including everyone, being an inclusive society? So question 3 and 4 are very similar, but there's a key difference. Question 3 is what can we achieve? What's the benefit? What does being inclusive give us? Whereas question 4 is asking, by including everyone, what bad things or what things that are undesirable do we avoid? Question 5. Explain what it means to be a responsible citizen. Question 6. What do we have in place in Australia to ensure that people are responsible? Question 7. Explain the likely consequences of a person acting irresponsibly, acting in a non-responsible way. And finally, question 8. Examine source 5 on page 503. What responsibility is presented in the image, and what is the likely consequences if such a responsibility is not upheld? So remember, source 5 is this one down here. So you'll have a look at this photo and the writing underneath that I read out in order to answer question 8. Alright, so once you've answered all those on a Word document, making sure to either write out the number of the question or the full question itself, copy and paste it across from this document that you can find on Compass, on our learning page, or in the Learning Submissions task tab. Upload that onto Compass and I can have a look at it for you and give you some feedback. Now remember, you can always email me, that is what I'm here for, I'm here to help you during this time where we have to be apart and not in the classroom together. I'm still here to help. So email me through Compass or through my direct email. And happy learning, everyone.